What up, everybody? Good morning. Happy Monday. Welcome to Master the NEC Mobile Podcast. I don't do these very often. It seems like I've been doing a lot lately. I get a lot of thoughts when I'm in that transition in the mornings, and I think about a bunch of different things, and we're gearing up for a lot of stuff. So we have a webinar scheduled next month. You'll have to forgive me. I don't remember the exact day. I want to think it's the 15th of April. It's a Saturday. I think it's the second Saturday. You can find it by going to our website, fasttracksystem.com, and then click on events and go to the upcoming tab, and it'll show you what the upcoming events are. We're having a webinar. It's a 4-hour webinar. And the webinar is going to be on single-family dwellings, but it's a little different because there is a change in the 2023 NEC as far as the structure. So really, it's also a webinar that's going to walk you through the significant changes that have taken place to the structure of Article 220. And it's 4 hours. We'll have time for Q&A. If you have any questions that you encounter, it's going to be a webinar style presentation. But we're going to talk about the changes that took place when it comes to when you're doing the general the lighting calculations, which changed from 220.12 to 220.42, I believe. It's just so much stuff is kind of jostled around. And so that's what that is, kind of get you up to speed on single family. We're going to do, the run through is going to be standard and optional. We'll cover them both in that 4-hour period. For a single family dwelling, it's going to be totally different than we've done before when it comes to doing the calculations for it. That type of thing. Also, I need to announce that we are going to have a bunch of modules that release, and just to kind of give you the heads up for them, that will release. These are calculation modules. There's going to be one calculation module for journeyman and a separate one for master. And look for those to come soon. It's a little bit different than our fast tracks. They're going to be on our website, so they're not going to be using the normal server that y'all are all familiar with logging into. These will come straight from ours. And it's going to be it's kind of a pay-as-you-go module. In other words, if you're only interested in single-family dwelling calculations, then that's all you'll pay for. If you're interested in learning about AC/DC theory, then that's what you'll pay for. That's the start of it anyway. That's how it's going to start. So all of those will be available on our website, fasttracksystem.com. Simply register, and then you'll be able to purchase those through there. They will also be certificate course programs, so you'll get a certificate after you're completed, which you may or may not be able to turn it in somewhere and get credit or not. We're not going to tell you that you can, and we're not going to seek accreditation or anything like that from states and all that. We're just saying it may or may not. We are a legitimate corporation that teaches education, so they may or may not accept it. I can't tell you that, and I'm not going to, tell you anything otherwise. We're all about education and knowledge, and that's what it is. And with the 2023 coming out, and even if you're not on the 2023, it's time to really start to embrace it and understand these changes. And maybe it's not such a significant change, or maybe things aren't so changing, but now maybe it's time that you want to really up your career. Maybe this time you're used to going through the motions, but now you want to really dig in, and you're like, okay, 2023 is not here yet for me, but I want to get a better knowledge of the NEC. Well, it's nothing's better than to get ready now for that. Our Fast Tracks version, which comes out in another about another month, maybe less than a month. The new Fast Tracks version comes out. And I do get people that ask me, so if you go out and you buy an exam prep course somewhere, or you buy a book, and I know this for a fact, okay? Don't ask me how I know this, but I know that, but typically what you're buying is just questions. You're not really buying something that teaches you the NEC. So when people ask me what's the difference between our fast tracks programs, is that we have taken a course that is designed to just be about the NEC and have turned it into an exam prep style. It's not. I mean, the original authors of the book that we use, that we've adapted, that we've changed, that we've added stuff to, that we've modified to meet our needs. Obviously, you know, I write books, so I could write that, but we do this on purpose to be, you know, kind of, I don't know, outside and being able to look into the course and be objective about it. But in doing that design, we came up with all the other features, right, that we have embedded in it. The concepts, that's the fast track system. How we do it. Now, other people can try to copy it, but we've become so successful at it because you're not just sitting down trying to prepare for an electrical exam. That's what makes our programs different. You're actually going to learn the code. You're going to learn code sections. You're going to learn code structure. You're going to learn how to identify questions. And you're going to be grilled on that. You're going to be tested on that. And you get physical feedback. I mean, I personally grade every single submission. So it's not like I have people that are going to grade it. I'm doing every single one, and I'm going to give you feedback. I'm going to tell you which ones, if you get below 70%, I'm not going to tell you anything except for you need to go back, and I will tell you which questions you got wrong because I want you to focus. But I'm not going to give you the answers. You get over 70, and I'll give you the answers with code references so that you can go back and diligently study why you got it wrong. And then if you got any questions after that, guess what? You get to come to Wednesday nights, and you get to bring your questions. So that's really what Wednesday nights are for. Wednesday night sessions are not to reinvent the code, right? It's not for us to teach you what you should be getting in your Fast Tracks program. Now, what we are going to be changing for those that are in the Fast Tracks program, we are going to try to isolate out some lessons for some stuff that is not taught in the Fast Tracks. So we made that decision. That was actually decided more than, I guess, a couple weeks ago, but we haven't really said anything about it yet. We wanted to change it up, and we wanted to be able to give it some kind of flavor in a sense that when you come on Wednesday nights, it's not 2 and 3 hours anymore. It's, okay, Paul's going to do a little lesson on something in the code, and maybe it's something that's not covered in our Fast Tracks. And so you come, you get it, and then if you got any questions, we'll look at it, maybe look at a couple practice questions and make sure you're good about deciphering it, and then we're done. So, you know, the effort is, people are, you know, the feedback is people love the sessions. But sometimes it is 2 and 3 hours long, and I get it. And it's nothing more than I love being with everybody for that time. I mean, that is my time. Wednesday nights, one-on-one with you folks is valuable to me, as I know it is to you. But we're going to start concising it down and get straight to it. Like, for example, this week, I promised that I would show last week. This week, I'm going to show how to do optional school calculations. How to size school as far as the NEC. Is it a chance that would be on an exam? I don't know. It's slim. But I still think you should understand the principles of it. So that's what this week's session is about. We're going to show you how to calculate the service or feeder for schools. So for all of you out there listening, that's this week's lesson we're going to go over. And then, of course, as always, if you have any questions on anything, it doesn't matter even if I give you the answer and you go look at it. And if sometimes when you read code, right, it still doesn't make sense. And you're not alone. This happens to a lot of people. And it just naturally, the way that it's written, right? Remember, somebody writes it and we have to write it in a code style. kind of a way. It's not an instruction manual. We're trying to write it a certain way. So sometimes reading it can be difficult. And we get that. And code panel members get that as well. That's why a lot of times we give code panel responses and stuff like that to try to clarify things. We're not trying to write code in a response. We're trying to clarify sometimes. And then sometimes the person that submitted it did a better job of clarifying it than we ever would. So, we'll regurgitate that information. Plus, you can always go back and research the public inputs and things like that. That's the beautiful thing about being a member of NFPA and being able to, join in on a good, that organization's great organization, has a worthy cause for what it does. And we love Link, by the way. So those from NFPA that are listening, you hit a home run with that. Love Link, love the flexibility of it. So only thing I'd ask for those out there that might be in Link was I wish that you would put the index in Link as well. I know you have a search feature, but for us educators that use Link and we're teaching the index, it would be nice to have an electronic index as well. I'm just saying. It wouldn't take you much to get that sucker in there, right? But it would be something very beneficial to educators that do use Link for educational reasons. But other than that, I got no complaints with it. It does good. Still waiting for them to update the enhancements to the 2023, but I'm sure they'll get to that. Anyway, so we have a webinar coming up next month. If you're interested in joining in, I know a lot of you like my webinars. It's going to be taking place, and it's going to take place whether or not anybody signs up for it or not, because it's going to be a course that's going to be on our website, that type of thing. Our new website, fasttracksystem.com. So if you want to attend it, join us. You can go to the website, fasttracksystem.com. You'll see something that says events. Click on events, and it'll be upcoming events. You'll click upcoming events, and you'll see where you can sign up there to join us if you're interested. But it's going to be single-family dwelling. But the difference is we're going to be doing it for the first time using the 2023 method and how it's now structured, that type of thing. Also, I should let people know we are no longer on TikTok. I probably said that before, and I've left it before. But in recent light of reading their policies and not agreeing with them, I'm like, nah. All of them are pretty shady, but we're not interested in TikTok. So for those that followed us on TikTok or followed the same ECP program on TikTok, sorry. There's a lot of people on it. I get how popular it is, but I'm just not interested in it. So I'll be honest with you, I'm not interested in those China-holded companies like that. Bad enough Meta and is almost like China, but I'm not into those like that. So we dumped it, got rid of it. We're not interested in TikTok anymore. Was almost not interested in Twitter until Elon got it, and then I'm okay with Twitter. We'll keep it. We don't really do much on Twitter anyway, so we do our own platforms. The Sparky Hub, Fast Tracks Chat, all that kind of stuff. So that's what we're all about. So anyway, that's what we got going on, folks. Hopefully you'll join us next month for our webinar. Go sign up for it. Seating is limited. Again, you get to it by going to fasttracksystem.com. You'll see the events tab under the navigation menu. Go on it and you'll see upcoming. Click on upcoming and that'll show you the webinar. Hopefully you'll join us. It'll be one of our first looks at really digging in to the new structure of Article 220 and seeing how we apply it. And I think you'll see that the whole concept, and I kind of did an update kind of last Thursday night. You'll kind of see that the new structure kind of lends itself to be to make more sense, that type of thing. So we'll definitely check that out. And so anyway, folks, appreciate you. Hopefully you got something out of it. And check out our stuff over on fasttracksystem.com. Yes, electricalcodeacademy.net is still around. It's our corporate site. But if you want to purchase courses or register to get access to purchase the mini courses that are coming up, then make sure you go over to fasttracksystem.com and you register. All right. And you want to register by going to the top right where it says register, because you kind of have to go through that CAPTCHA or whatever to make sure you're a real person and all that kind of crap. So anyway, till next time, folks, stay safe. God bless. And also, you didn't hear me give any updates on Stair Butler. Stair Butler is going strong. That we're starting the testing phase. We're still looking for dealers nationwide. We are not looking for vendors. We're looking for dealers. You want to be a professional installer. It takes about 15 minutes to install, 15 minutes to teach the family, 30-minute investment. Trust me, it's almost 100% margins. But again, you got to have a passion for it. You got to want to save lives, and you have to have some kind of feelings for the elderly and physically impaired, and you really have to want to go after something that you have a desire to help others. Yes, the margins are good. Yes, the products work. Yes, they're built on the foundation of an industry proven standard, but we're not interested in people that are just looking to turn a quick buck. We're looking for somebody that's got passion and wants to develop it. Like, for example, we got somebody here in our own city who's going to be doing it, and it's going to be Stair Butler of McKinney. And that's what you can do in your different areas, Stair Butler of whatever city you're in, that type of thing. So anyway, that is an ongoing thing here at Electrical Code Academy Incorporated, and we're gonna make it bigger and better, and we're gonna change lives. So one at a time. So you either come on for the ride, or you can sit back and watch and cheer us on, and it's up to you. All right, folks, till next time, stay safe and God bless.